that one might be worth reading.
Okay, but maybe I don't want to read it right now because that wasn't really the topic that I wanted. So I'm going to save it in a folder. Now, I can save it in a folder because I have gone in and made myself, what's it called? I can't even think of the word. Anyway, I have logged in, I've set up an account with Galileo. And all you do to do that is you go in and where it says, I'd have to sign off right here, but you go in to sign in, it says new user, you just put in your email, and I used my school email and my school password, so I didn't have to remember anything. And then all of those folders are saved. I mean, your folder is saved but using that email. That also comes in handy later when, let's say, okay, that's the one we're going with, okay? Which one was it? This one right here. I'm gonna open it up. I want the full text article because that's the abstract. It's just been downloaded. Okay. And there it is. And I can read it and decide. If that's the one I want, I might want to print it. Do I have to print it? No. Maybe.
And those of you that want to print it, if you want to send it to me as an attachment, I'll print it for you.
But I'm going to show you what you can do. You don't have to print it, okay? So you can actually email it to yourself, okay? And, and the good thing about this is when you do that, you tell that you want the citation, detailed citation and abstract. And
Then
you
you
want to
pick
use
MLA.
MLA. And then you don't have to figure this out later. It's done for you. When that, and I'm going to show you in my email, when it comes to you. And I'm going to put here, I think, what did it say? Sin and forgiveness. I don't know, whatever this article. I want to put that in my subject actually. If I can spell it. Oh, whatever. Okay. So it's been sent. Now, if I go to my email, just so you can see. Sin and forgiveness. Here's my PDF. Here's my citation. It's so simple.
Ms. Benton, what if I know that I want to read and write about just the women or feminism in the Scarlet Letter? Is there a way in Galileo that I can just get those articles?
I think what we want to do is to continue to work out of this database because, again, we're still looking for literary criticism, so there's no sense in searching the whole Galileo database. That's where you're going to make your mistake. That's where you're going to get frustrated. So if we go into, let me get, okay.
Can we just do, is there an advanced search and then add?
There is. And what'd you say, feminism
Yeah.
or women? And women.
Yeah, and women.
Let's see what happens. So you have 22 now. Because we still have, let's click on, oh, if we go to literary criticism, now we have 8.
But that's still,
That saves you time. You don't want to go through 22 when you've narrowed it down to 8. If you're going to write about women in the Scarlet Letter and you need criticisms, there's 8 right here. There's no sense in looking at 22 that aren't criticisms, you know, whatever the other, but that was a good question. Any other questions? Because it's easier if I just show you how to use it.
you want to show them the old school way if they can't find it?
Oh, yeah, and this is, you know, there is nothing wrong with old school.
I checked out 4 for the Merchant of Venice.
Yeah, because listen, you know, when when you are writing, when you're looking at criticisms, you're looking to see what other people maybe smarter than you thought about a piece of literature. And sometimes you might have your own thoughts about that literature, and you're looking for someone who's going to confirm what you think or disprove what you think. So anyway, the more you can read, the better off you're going, the better you will be able to explain your own personal feelings about how you feel about a particular piece of literature. But anyway, this is the American Literary Script. If any of you want to use these, I'm happy to help you. I just pulled anything that, number one, would have a criticism in it, number two, would have the scarlet letter in it, okay? So that's what all of these have. Whether they have something you can use, we'd have to look and see, okay?
All right, any other questions about how to find it? Does anybody have any questions about the assignment? Did you guys read the assignment? No, y'all are too old for me to read to you.
Now, if you have access to a college password, you are going to have, like we had 8 hits, you might have 28 hits, okay? Because they just have access to more. They pay big money for this, the school systems don't, the public school systems don't have to pay anything. Colleges pay a lot of money.
And then you'll find many of your professors, whether it is in history or in science, that will tell you that that's what they want you to do, is go find a critical essay, because their institution is paying for that to be there.
Yes.
And many times they will also tell you that it has to be within a certain time period, like it can't be more than 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see on the bar over there on the left where it says publication date, that you can manipulate that. I have not given you any parameters on how new or how old the article has to be. But if, like for me, for the one that I'm doing for the Merchant of Venice, it can't be more than 15 years old. So I've got 2016 in the right-hand box and 2001 in the left-hand box. And then what it does is it throws out anything that is older than that.
So see this little bar right here?
And then
Now I have 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's what she was saying. So this is where you control things right here, is over here on the left. You want to limit the sources, because the smaller you can get this number up here, the quicker you get this done. Okay? You don't want to have to go through a lot of articles.
All right, so here's our plan. We're in here for the rest of the day for you guys to set up your Galileo accounts, if that's what you want to do, so that you can throw them into a folder and then find them later. I just learned that you had to have a Galileo account to do that. I've been throwing them into a folder for the last 6 months, and then they disappear. So there you go. All right, you
Yeah,
learned
that's fine
something
if you're
new.
just working right then and you're not going to access that folder again, but yeah. But the quickest way to me, the best way is email it to you, because then you've got your citation, you've got the article, you can print it at your convenience, you know. But listen, when you get college, if your professor doesn't tell you to use this, they expect you to use this. That expectation is there. That's why you're practicing in AP, you know, English here, because that's an expectation. You should not be Google searching criticisms.
And I think I'm going to take you to the lab on Friday. I think I signed up for the lab on Friday. And then your first draft is due next Tuesday. And then we're going to workshop them on Wednesday. And then your final copy will be due into turnitin.com the Tuesday that we return from the break. So it's a process paper. All right, questions? Mm-hmm.
All right, will this be graded along while we're doing this, or is it like one huge grade?
It will, you do get are you asking, are you going to get, you're going to get a grade for your annotated article.
Yeah.
You're going to get a grade for your first copy. And then you're going to get several grades for that final copy, kind of like we did for the summer assignment. So it will go in several areas. And it is weighted as much in the grade book as your summer assignment was. So we've got time to undo some of that.
Do you want our first draft written, like handwritten?
No, I think you're just gonna put it into turnitin.com. That way I can print them and we can
Okay.
exchange them.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. Thank you, Ms. Benton.